kinds of hell if I go back with that.
Okay, we're rolling tape. Stand by, please.
Standing by.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Lori, I especially wanted to talk with you today because twice I have interviewed Mark, your brother Mark Singer. He has been in Dallas promoting his films, and we've had real nice interviews and nice visits. So it's a real kick to get to meet you and
This
talk
will be a
with you.
change.
I doubt that. You're a native Texan.
Yes, I am. I was born here in Corpus Christi, Texas, and my grandmother and aunt and cousins all live here.
Yes, actually, we're taping this in Los Angeles.
Oh, but I mean
don't
in
wanna,
Dallas.
Yeah, right. We don't want to confuse everybody. But then,
Where am I?
where are you, Lori? Los Angeles, Beverly Hills.
Okay.
Really? Did you spend a lot of your life in Texas, or?
Well, the first 4 years of my life, from 0 to 4, I was in Texas, and after that we went back to every summer to visit. But I remember so much. I remember almost every day that I lived there. I remember it very clearly, and I loved it.
This is your motion picture debut, Footloose, and has to be a very exciting time for you.
Yes. Oh, I'm filming another movie right now in Mexico City, so I can't come back and forth for all the openings and things. So I'm sorry that I missed out on some of that, but I'm just very happy and very, nervous and excited and thrilled and all those things.
Now, the movie you're doing in Mexico City, is that the one with Timothy Hutton?
Yes.
And what is it called?
The Falcon and the Snowman. John Schlesinger directs it.
Aha.
Yeah.
And did you have that all locked in even before Footloose was finished, or?
No. No. When I was doing Footloose, I was just doing Footloose. I didn't know what I was going to do next.
And did they know about you being in Footloose, and that was kind of a stepping stone to the second picture?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. In this movie, Footloose, you play a kind of rebellious young lady, and she's
a little rebellious, right?
Yes, she's testing her wings, as it were. And in real life, is there any of that? Because a lot of us go through that at a certain period in our lives, Lori. In real life, have you experienced that?
Oh yes, definitely. I was crazy over the cello as a maniac. I didn't, shower, I didn't wash my hair, I didn't do anything but practice. And people really thought I was weird for a long time. And now they don't. No, they don't. And so I didn't care what other people thought, and I was constantly feeling a lot of pressure from other people to conform and do this and do that. But I really wanted to play music, and classical music at that, which was a little odd for a kid my age. And so I was, rebelling against that. And then when I decided that what I wanted to do was act, it was hard for me to give up, to decide not to play the cello after I devoted so much time to it. And I felt a lot of pressure to continue to play. So I was always in the middle of huge decisions, I felt, in my life, and very important ones. And I always just fought for what I believed at that moment and at that time. And so I absolutely identified with Ariel, and the feeling also of oppression and making people see things the way that you want them to see them and understand. And absolutely I identified with that.
Now, where does it stand with the cello? Is that totally in your past?
No, it's not in my past. It's just in my closet right now. It's just, I keep it with me, but I don't perform at this moment because I'm just doing film. I have no time.
Do you see a time when you might want to try to do both?
Yeah. I love performing. I love performing. And cello is so special to me, and it's so close to my heart that I know I'll perform again. It's just a question of when I'll have the time.
Do you think that a person, a young woman, let's say, has a better chance for fame and recognition as an actress rather than a concert musician, particularly a cellist?
Well, I think there's a vast audience for it, yes, as opposed to cello, which is a narrower audience. At the same time, now classical musicians are becoming more well known. For example, look at Pavarotti, look at Isaac Stern. These are all names that we know now. So there is a broader knowledge of those musicians now also. But I think acting can reach more people.
And do you feel that the potential for greater earnings and greater fame is more for an actress, or do you think it's that the actress takes a bigger gamble?
I think that the actress is taking a gamble, and I think it is, absolutely there is more fame with acting as opposed to classical music, but my goal is just to do scripts that I believe in and do work that I believe in, and it's not the fame that I'm seeking. It's just the work and the fulfillment for me.
To what extent did
and of course to give it to other people, to give pleasure to other people.
To what extent, Laurie, did the fact that your brother Mark is an actor, to what extent did that influence you to become an actress?
Oh, Mark was a great influence on me because he inspired me so much. It was so great to see him on stage. I mean, I loved it. Every second that he was up there, I was dying laughing, and he had so much always, and he was very supportive to me. And so it was absolutely an inspiration, as was my father, who was conducted in Dallas, was resident conductor in Dallas. And all the musicians that came to my house, Isaac Stern and Itzhak Perlman and these people, that every night we would sit around after a concert and have dinner or go to rehearsal and see them in rehearsal and see what focus and concentration and sacrifice it took to make a great performance.
Did you always like a little bit rock music, or were you just so tied up in classical you didn't even think about rock?
I loved rock music, always. I always loved it, and I always listened to it. And the only time my father didn't like it was when it was turned up, blaring through the house. But no, I always loved rock music.
Are your parents at all disappointed the career moves you've made?
Well, my father died before I even started doing Fame, so he just knows me as a cellist, as far as I know at this moment. But my mother misses my performing cello. She is a pianist, and she loved playing with me regularly, and she loved going to concerts and hearing me. She likes the acting a lot, but she just loved my cello playing, and I think she misses that a little bit.
You have a twin brother?
Yes, Gregory, violinist.
And what was his feeling about did he feel a little bit maybe betrayed that his twin sister was running away from music?
I don't know. I think he's really thrilled. I'm so close with my brother Greg because we are twins, and we're very close because of that. And he's just very supportive and thrilled. He's now playing actually on, he plays a lot of Broadway shows in New York City, and he's playing now in Joseph Papp's The Human Comedy. So he's involved in theater also.
The movie you're making with Timothy Hutton, also it's Sean Penn is in that, isn't he? Yeah. Yes. Do you play a similar role as you're playing in Footloose?
No, I'm not nearly as tormented. I mean, actually Tim Hutton as Chris Boyce torments me but I'm not searching for answers in the same way that Ariel is. I'm a much more secure person. I'm from Venice Beach, California, and I know what I want to do, and I'm just solidly and quietly pursuing it.
Why are they shooting it in Mexico?
Because a lot of the story takes place in Mexico. Chris Boyce traded secrets with the Russians via Mexico City Embassy, and so that's what the tie-in is with Mexico City.
This is the first time then you've actually been away on a location for a film? Foreign location?
Foreign, yes, because we were in Provo for Footloose, so that was pretty intense.
How was that, being in Utah?
It was fun, except that they wanted to ban a shower scene because they thought that we were paying people to take off their shirts and undress, and they thought it was an X-rated movie. And our movie is about censorship, and there we were almost censored, because it wasn't true, of course. It was just a shower scene in the movie.
So what was the outcome of it?
We kept shooting. I mean, we calmed the town down and said, look, it's just a shower scene. It's not X-rated. We're not, paying people to take off their clothes and go berserk. So they understood it.
But they were ready to run you out of town?
Oh, absolutely. Oh, every paper was saying how we were making an X-rated show. And we were in serious trouble.
So who intervened, Herbert Ross or?
Oh, yeah, and Dan Melnick. They all wrote letters and explained exactly what we were doing. And so we weren't censored.
The fact that Herbert Ross has such a strong background with classical ballet, was that a particular help to you in any way?
Well, he's so sensitive and so perceptive, and he has such a strong vision of what he wants. he's just such a he has so much creativity. I mean, whether it's his dance or the directing of a scene, he has all of that. So I think just one art contributes to the other, and maybe he did understand me better because of that. But I felt very, very specially towards him.
Well, Laurie, I think that you ought to be just real relaxed about everything, because I don't see I don't see how this movie can lose. I just don't see any way it can lose. I think the kids are just going to love it, and parents, I think if they'll go see it, they give it a chance, they'll enjoy it too.
Oh, thank you. I hope so.
So good luck to you, and I hope your next film is a big hit. Maybe we'll talk during that.
Oh, great. Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you, Laurie.
Thank you.
Fellow Texan.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful interview.
Thank you.
Very nice.